There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM. With even more exclusive content, with over 150 channels in your vehicle, including the widest, deepest variety of music, ad-free. Root for your team. Get news. Listen to whatever makes you laugh. And hear all about your favorite stars. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels filled with music and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video. Thousands of hours of shows and performances on demand. What you love is on now.
I know you guys are busy with remote start, but have you taken a look at your complete offering? Are you doing your customers justice by having every possible technology available to them to optimize their experience in their vehicle? Well, today we're talking accessories and we're talking about power solutions as well as CB and even chargers. This is CMA Showcase presented by SiriusXM, Cobra, and it starts now. What's going on, everybody? And thanks for tuning in to another CMA Showcase presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. And today we're talking about accessories. We're not talking about the mainstream stuff, but some amazing opportunities that you could really round out your packages to your customers. Now, whether it's for marine, RV, boat, ATV, or otherwise, we're going to be covering quite a bit of categories today, but more specifically into the power solutions as well as CB and chargers. Yes, that's what Cobra does. And from what I understand, there may be a little surprise announcement at the end, so you do want to stick in for that. So my co-pilot for today's adventure is none other than the Canadian distributor for Cobra accessories here in Canada. We're talking, of course, about automobility and our good friend who is the Director of Product Development, Mr. Michael Rosenberg. Welcome once again to the show, Michael.
Hi, Ben. How are you today?
I'm doing very good. I like it when we kind of deviate from the norm and get into some categories that I feel represent a tremendous amount of opportunity. But before we get into the product side, tell us a little bit. I mean, what is the history here between automobility and Cobra? You guys have been partners for quite some time.
Yeah, well, just to refresh from our last presentations. So Cedar Electronics is the parent company of Cobra, Escort, and Beltronics. And automobility's relationship goes back to 2005 when we started distributing Beltronics radar. And then in 2015, we were fortunate enough to be able to add Escort and Cobra brands to our portfolio and enhance the relationship with Cedar Electronics. And Cobra radar was a natural progression from Beltronics, and we quickly added all the other categories like CB, two-way radios, power products, dash cams, and we've been offering key Cobra SKUs to our dealers for years now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a key partnership between automobility and Cobra, and covers some really interesting categories, might I add. So of these categories, I kind of dropped a little bit of what we're going to learn about today. What are you most excited to talk about today, Michael?
Well, as far as Cobra goes, there's a couple of amazing universal power products that are great for any consumer or retailer to benefit from that I think your audience will absolutely love. As well as you mentioned, I'm going to have a nice surprise at the end of our Cobra presentation. So stay tuned, Ben.
All right, here we go. So let's set the stage. Let's whet everybody's appetite. When I'm talking about solutions, this next video is really going to, well, basically give you an idea of what we're going to be covering today. Let's roll the tape. All right. Well, very exciting stuff.
Great. Says it all. I
Certainly,
think we're
I
done.
want to learn more about it. Let's go ahead and bring in our very special guest today. She is the Director of Product Management and Power and Communications for Cedar Electronics. She kind of knows all about this stuff that we've seen in the video. I'd like to welcome Carey Romano to the show. Hi, Carey.
Hi, Ben. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. Very excited to learn about these new products. Now, it's interesting. I'm watching this video. It's very well done, by the way. I mean, quite the animations. Cobra for me goes back a long way. I remember, walkie-talkies and Cobra kind of was my first, introduction to the brand. And obviously, from this video, it has evolved in many, many facets. Why are these products such a great opportunity for our listenership, which are the 12-volt specialty retailers?
Well, Ben, as you may know, we've been doing business with Automobility for almost 17 years now. And we've been on the show a few times to showcase Escort and Cobra dash cam and radar products. And we provide these products to drivers to help keep them safe while on the road. In terms of the opportunity for 12-volt partners, today, as we go through these power and communication products, it'll provide our channel partners the opportunity to expand their Cobra-based installed product program and to offer solutions to not only drivers, but recreationalists aside. So in addition, it'll provide additional margin opportunities because not only do we have in-vehicle solutions, but we have out-of-vehicle solutions and battery maintenance products that we launched this year.
Wow.
So there's a lot of opportunity.
It's a big category from this is somewhat of a new category, I would presume. It hasn't been around for 20 years. It's obviously based on the technology that's available now as well. So it's great to see the offering. Break down for us real quick what to expect for over the next 20 minutes that we're going to be covering.
Well, I'm going to be walking through a few recreational CB radio products, as well as review our power portfolio, which we've just newly expanded this year.
All right. And you're going to save a little bit of time for Michael in this announcement he's teasing us on?
Maybe.
All right. Well, you better behave, Michael, if you want your
teaser
spotlight.
It'll be a fun show.
All right. We'll get out of your way, Carey. Here you go.
All right. Thank you, Ben. Everybody, thank you for having me on the show today. Again, I am Carey Romano. I'm the Director of Product Management, and I represent Cedar Electronics. So before we do a walkthrough of all the products, let me tell you a little bit about Cedar. Cedar Electronics is a global company, and we span our sales and support across North America, Europe, and Asia. And we are also the parent company to the Cobra and Escort brands. We produce multiple products to include radar, power, communication, and dash cameras. And we also manage our Drive Smarter app. In addition, we partner with Automobility. We've been in business with them for 17 years, and we started off under the Beltronics and Escort umbrella, and we recently merged with the Cobra brands to form Cedar Electronics. Now, Cedar offers a number of core product categories, as mentioned before. As you can see, we have multiple product solutions that we provide to our customers, and we're primarily based. Our sales are based in North America, but in the case of radar and dash, we do expand our sales in a global aspect. And of course, we serve all of North America, to include Canada and Mexico. Today, our Cedar products provide drivers multiple solutions to make sure we all stay connected and powered both on and off the road. For example, for inverters and portable power solutions, we provide power where you need it, and we protect you against getting stranded, especially with a dead car battery. Two-way communications include CB radios, walkie-talkies, and marine products. And all these radio solutions are for drivers, recreationalists, and boaters to stay informed while land or on sea. Our radar detectors provide valuable feedback to help keep drivers stay safe and alert while on the road, and their dash cameras provide valuable monitoring and recording to give drivers peace of mind in case any unforeseen events or accidents should occur. Now, today we are going to review communications and power products, but keep in mind that all of our products work as a system. So whether you have a radar detector, a dash cam, a CB radio, or a portable power or power solution, all of these Cobra products, Cobra and Escort products form a system both inside and outside your vehicle. For starters, let's go over the Cobra 19 Mini CB. The Cobra 19 Mini CB was introduced late last year. This is Cobra's first ultra compact, fully featured CB radio, and this product fits in the palm of your hand. So this CB radio can be used in any vehicle, and while it looks very basic with the microphone and the blue LCD screen, it is packed with a bunch of features. At a bird's eye view, you can see there's very limited buttons and a larger knob control. However, don't let it deceive you. When you press on that menu button and you scroll in, Cobra offers 4 new convenient features to their CB radios. And for starters, you'll find it in the 19 Mini. The first is Vox. Vox you can think of it as a voice activated push to talk method of communicating. It allows you to communicate hands-free while on the road, and how it works is as you start speaking, transmitter will pick up your voice. It'll allow you to transmit, and when you stop talking, you will stop transmitting, which is highly convenient to keep your hands on the wheel. The second convenient feature is auto squelch. So it automatically adjusts the squelch in the background as you're driving. And then we have something called a timeout timer. And what a timeout timer does is it times out the channel in case you accidentally have the push to talk button hold for a longer period of time so that you don't jam up the channel. The last is Autopower, which is my favorite feature. Autopower, when set to on, allows you to retain your CB settings. So when you turn the vehicle off and leave the car and come back and start it back up again, the radio will automatically power on and your settings will resume to where you left off. And other key features that are included in the radio, you have the channel 919. Of course, it has RF gain and squelch. But the 19 Mini CB also features up-down channel controls, so you have to reach and find the knob on the 19 Mini CB to switch your channels. This CB is great. Again, it fits into any vehicle or vehicle application. It's most commonly used for travelers while on the road and RVs, trucks, great for work trucks. And of course, if you have a smaller vehicle, it is so much easier to mount or store when it's not in use. Next, we'll be reviewing our HH50s. You'll be seeing 2 radios on the screen because we offer 2 SKUs. They're both the same identical radio, again, a fully featured handheld or portable CB radio, which is quite convenient when you only need it when you need it, right? So when you hard install your CB radio, most people are using it all the time. Most users who use the HH50s are using it for caravanning. They do work it and use it for the work site, for example, a dock worker to communicate with semi-trucks coming into the establishment, or some people just buy them just to back their RV out of the driveway. Some of the nice to have features in this radio is weather and weather alerts. And we also featured a sound tracking system, which is enhanced noise filtering for clear communication. Next, we're going to be reviewing our power portfolio. Just to give you a little background, when I came on board to Cedar, we had 2 categories in our power portfolio, which is power inverters and jump starters. And over the past 3 years, we've really expanded our portfolio offering to provide multiple power solutions, power where you need it, both inside and outside your vehicle, as well as battery maintenance products. The first product is our portable power station. We just launched this summer. We're very excited about it. It offers 200 watts of full power output power, and this is also a portable pure sine wave inverter. Some of the features that we offer on the product for all your charging needs are 2 AC outlets, fast charging USB ports, which includes USB-C. We also have a 12-volt port, and we have 2 lights on the product, which differentiates us from our other competitors. And the advantage to having lights is twofold. One, you have a flashlight. So if you're in the dark, you're caught in the dark hiking or you're camping, you have a flashlight on the end of the product. But then we also have a light on the front of the product for convenience. So when you're sitting at a picnic bench or the kids are in the back of the car charging, you have an additional light to provide you with some visibility while in the dark. It also features a lithium iron phosphate battery, which is newer, a little bit of a newer battery technology in the marketplace. Typical lithium ion, what a lot of people don't understand about lithium ion is that it needs to be maintained. So if you allow your lithium ion battery to discharge below 20% or even below even 10% and leave it there and never charge it, it will die and it will never revive. The benefit to a lithium iron phosphate battery is that it's heavier duty. It allows you to make those. It's longer lasting and it's durable and has some qualities that are advantageous to storing in high heat or very low cold temperatures. Other features that are on this product are the battery saving. So what we have done is we understand from customer feedback that because whenever you have a display on any of your electronics, most commonly you have to hit a button to see where your battery level is. So sometimes you don't know when the battery is going to die. So we included an LED indicator. So when the battery drains below 20%, a red light appears to trigger you to charge your portable power station so that it'll be ready when you need it. Again, can be used inside the car, can be used outside the car, very portable, very convenient. Next is our Cobra battery charger, which is perfect for off-season charging for both car vehicles or for 6-volt applications such as some smaller motorcycles and even those your little kid toys that they ride around. This battery charger supports multiple battery chemistries such as lead acid, AGM, and lithium ion. And it is a 3-stage battery charger and will trickle charge at full charge so that it won't damage your battery and you can leave it on for the entire season. Again, this is great for off-peak charging. Common applications that it's used on is for classic or antique cars, ATVs, UTVs, motorcycles. I even have one on my lawnmower. Very convenient to have. Next, we'll be reviewing our portfolio of jump starters. Today, Cobra offers an 800 amp and a 1000 amp jump starters. Both can jumpstart all passenger cars. They both have USB port, USB-C port, an LED flashlight, and comes with a convenient pouch that you can store in your dash when you're not using it. Now, the difference between the 800 amp and the 1000 amp is that the 1000 amp adds a little extra punch, so it won't take as long to jumpstart a larger vehicle. It also provides you with an extra USB port to charge your devices. And it also has a rugged, heavy-duty design and it's splash-proof. So you can use it both, in the rain. You can even use it to jumpstart a boat. But one of the other differentiating features on the 1000 amp jump starter is that you can jumpstart your vehicle from inside the car. You plug it into your 12-volt CLA. It does take a few minutes, but when you are caught in inclement weather or downpour, you do not have to stand outside the car to jumpstart your vehicle. And last, our power inverters. Today we offer 6 SKUs of power inverters that range from 500 watts all the way up to 3,000 watts. But today we're gonna review their 1,500 watt and our 2,500 watt power inverters. These are our top sellers, and these are typically used in commercial vehicles. For example, a professional truck, a service van, or even a large pickup truck. These can also be used on the work site because they are DC power operating, meaning that you must install these products direct to battery in order to use them. Our smaller inverters do have a CLA that you can plug into the port, but these do not have that option given the power ratings and amperage. So the differences between the 1500 watt and the 2500 watt are basically the watts and the size. They both perform the same and are used in the same applications. Each feature fast charging USB and USB-C ports, 4 plugs that allow you to plug in multiple devices to power and charge. And they both have LED displays to indicate and give you fair warning of when you either have the product on too long. So let me just walk you through some of our the benefits to having our power inverter versus other power inverters. First and foremost, Cobra is all about safety. So when you go to install the power inverters, we've implemented levels of protection. First being reverse polarity, so you can protect you, your battery, and the product if you accidentally go to install and hook up your power inverter to negative to positive or positive negative battery terminals, you will not get hurt from our product. Another one of the features that we have is the power saving. For example, when you leave the power inverter on too long, a good example is for a professional trucker. They might fall asleep and the power inverter is left on. It'll sound off an alarm when your vehicle battery voltage drops to a certain level. And if you ignore that alarm, the product will simply shut down. In addition, the product will also shut down if you try to plug in something that exceeds the voltage requirements. So again, we're all about safety. And so these are install-based products. These are used in commercial applications. And there's a number of plugs and ports so that you can continuously power your devices. And given that these products are higher in wattage, you can also power certain appliances because they go up to 1500 and 2500 watts. There's a certain range. So you will have to check your devices and the maximum level of input and output before you plug your devices or appliances in. So having said that, I'm sorry I hope I didn't go too fast. So Ben or Michael, if you have additional questions, please let me know. But like we said in the beginning of the showcase, there's a little bit more. So Mike, I heard you had a special announcement to give to us today.
That's right, Carey. And by the way, that was a great presentation. And from Cobra to Escort, we have a quick update on radar. And I'm excited to announce that the cult favorite Max 360C, which has been kicking ass and saving tickets for years, is getting a dramatic upgrade under the hood. And we're launching the brand new Max 360C Mark II. So this all new unit features the same Blackfin DSP chip and M13 antenna array found in the Max Cam 360C, which we showed off in our last presentation. Through a better control of software now, this newer chipset gives much faster and more accurate response time in detection. So the result is actually a 50% improvement in range and dramatically better filtering against collision avoidance and blind spot monitoring systems compared to the older Max 360C. So this basically means a much quieter ride and earlier true threat alerts down the road ahead. Effectively, this Mark II is like having the Max Cam 360C with all the latest pinpoint accuracy and premium performance, but without the built-in dash cam. Of course, it has all the legacy Escort features of auto learn, Defender database, and connected Escort Live. But now it also features a dual band 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So it's compatible with more OEM vehicle hotspots when connecting to both Escort Live or the Drive Smarter apps. And actually, speaking of the Drive Smarter, the new Mark II now has additional filtering settings available through the Drive Smarter app that were not previously available on the Max 360C for a deeper level of user customization. So this is an all-around exciting new unit, and it's a great addition to the Escort lineup. And simply put, Escort is continuing on the success of their proven industry-leading workhorse, which was the Max 360C. And they're turning the page by adding this Mark II to its family of robust dash mount radar detectors for an even better all-around customer experience for many years to come, I'm sure. So we're excited to have this on board, and this unit is going to be in stock either today or tomorrow, actually, and ready for ordering. We are already taking pre-orders. And that's all we've got as an update for Escort, but it's an exciting update.
Ooh, fire that model right there, Michael. Fire.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to reserve it. We're going to do this in chronological order because I've taken notes of Carey's presentation, and we're going to obviously have some questions about that Max 360 update as well. So first of all, thanks for the presentation, Carey. Brilliant. Very detailed. I wanted to start with, you started with CB, so I want to start with CB. Is the CB category relevant today, and who is that customer? Because I want to identify that for our global retailers to understand that if they're not selling CB, maybe they should.
You know what, Ben? So many people think CB is dead, and that is not the case at all. Most people relate CB radio to Smokey and the Bandit back in the 70s,
Right.
or to a professional truck driver, but CB radios are used in a multitude of applications, both in a professional or commercial setting, but also in recreation. You know, over the pandemic, millions of people took to the outdoors, and they needed a two-way communication solution. And many turned towards the CB, and the CB basically came back because people needed this method of communication both on and off the road. And what many users don't think about is when you're on the road and you hit those dead zones and your cell phone doesn't work, what are you going to do when you need up-to-date traffic and accident information? You use a CB radio.
So I'm going to share a little personal life experience here, and I can relate to what you just said about COVID. So I end up moving from a very densely populated area where Michael is in Montreal, and now I live in a very rural area out in the East Coast. And I discovered that many, and I mean many portions of the highways have no cell phone service. So didn't poor old me, out venturing and playing out the outdoors every weekend, blow a tire on said highway with no cell phone service.
Oh boy.
It took 3 hours before I was able to get some help. So from that standpoint, absolutely. I mean, if I had a CB radio, which of course I do now, I would be able to at least communicate with a very wide range and, at least get some type of assistance or help. That's number one. And number two, our dealers are on a daily in their bays dealing with boats of all different shapes and sizes, dealing with RVs, customizing their sound, customizing their security, so on and so forth. Guys who are out there, guys and gals who are out there, with their side-by-sides in the woods, whether they're hunting or recreational dirt buggying. The point is, all these type of activities, this should be a category that you are telling your customer that you have solutions for, and Cobra certainly offers many. Now, I know you only touched on, that mini version as well as the handheld, but I've been on the Cobra website, and there is a ton of different options out there, regardless of the type of range and the type of performance you want, portable or hardwired. And I do encourage you to go check that out. So thank you for sharing that with us. How about you, Michael? What do you think of the CB category? Do you agree with it, Carey saying?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's not a category that we completely focus on, but we do sell a fair amount of CBs, and there's always a customer looking for that, and there's always a reason to reach out to customers and give them extra additional reasons for safety in the vehicle while driving, whether you're just using it for recreational use or for primarily also for business use.
And here's what I feel. I feel like a couple of the big box retailers out there carry more of the entry level, lower wattage type stuff. But you, as the specialty retailer, if you have those higher end, long range solutions, I think dealers could do very well with those, because it's not something they're going to find, for example, going to a big box, retailer on the corner. Right?
No, you're going to find more the regular FRS two-way radios.
It's the same thing with radar. You can find the little, blister pack cash and carry DIY kits, but if you want a CI system, you're going to a specialist. I feel it's kind of like that for CB as well. Okay.
Right, and what a lot of users don't realize too is how widespread the applications are. I mean, they're not just used on the road; they're used in rural applications, work sites. In addition to fleet and fleet management and trucker applications.
Right. So very wide net.
Very wide network. Very wide network.
Okay. Let's quickly shift to the power station. I love this thing. I think you guys put a lot of thought into that that unit with the multiple different outputs, I should say. Dual flashlights, very nifty. The size is very practical. You can throw it in the back of your truck. You can put it on your canoe. You could work, like you get a black, like perfect. Thank you, Michael, for bringing. I mean, it's a nice size piece that does a lot. My question for you, Carey, is we're up in Canada. Lithium ion, I've heard some things as far as cold weather limitations / performance. Can you help us clarify that? Like, is it good? Can we use this in cold weather? What about storage? Those type of concerns?
Yeah, I mean, like with any lithium ion battery, to include ours, a lithium ion phosphate, it requires maintenance. You do want to keep it charged so that it's ready when you need it, right? But in the case of, the hot and cold extreme temperatures, the lithium iron phosphate battery is very durable and can withstand extreme temperatures. Because of the chemistry of this battery, you'll have longer battery life, and it'll be easier to maintain.
Now, is that heavy in your hand, Michael?
It's not bad at all. I mean, there is some weight to it, definitely.
But it's not like carrying around a lead acid battery with a handle on it.
No, I mean, I'd say it's probably around. What is the weight on this, Carey? Is it around 5 pounds?
7 pounds.
7 pounds. Okay.
Michael, tell our audience how great that handle feels. We put a lot of thought into that handle.
I don't want to put it down. It's like the best part of the unit.
Yes.
Put it down, he says. That's great. Carey, how do you use this? I mean, obviously you got to test this before anybody else, but how do you use this in your daily life?
I'll tell you, the typical applications, we explain it to be used inside and outside the vehicle, which some of those applications are obvious, right? You can throw it in the back seat for the kids or people riding in the third row. I think
camping is like a very obvious one too.
Camping's an obvious one, but I'll tell you right now, I use this on my patio because I don't have any power in my patio. I use this in areas of the house where, like maybe I'm staying up late working at night and I just want to charge my phone and I want to be in arm's reach. So it's a convenient power and a power tool here for just normal life applications. But one of the most obvious we haven't talked about is a power outage. Now, when 100%. You lose power is when you realize you need one of these things. And you know what? You're not going to run to the store and buy a generator because it's packed with 200 watts of output power. This allows you to plug in a light, a computer, and a couple phones. So it gives you the basic powering needs.
And it lights your way to get to what you need to go. On top of that, I mean, I am so guilty as charged. When power outage goes, I hear the wife yelling, "Get the generator!" So yeah, I have to go get the generator. It is a pain in the you-know-what, right? To go, is there gas? I haven't used it in a while. It takes long to start, so on. And so it's raining outside because it's a thunder, so on and so forth. That right there, that solves everything. I can get the laptop running. I get the modem running. Lifesaver.
Yeah. And not just the plug, I'm going to plug the power inverter a little bit more here because when you look at our portable power station, and as you recall, we have the larger power inverters that require DC output power. Thank you, Michael. You have an in-vehicle application on your right, and you have an out-of-vehicle application on your left. And when you combine these two, especially in a power outage, look how many outlets and ports you have.
I mean, now you have
power
options.
Your refrigerator. Yeah. Yes, you can power your refrigerator with our power inverters. So
that's that. Well, I was going to get to that next. So there's some pretty impressive stats. Heavy. I know. I've seen those. I'm impressed with how Cobra has engineered and kind of overbuilt their inverters. They seem to be arguably some of the most heavy duty ones that I've encountered so far. And they're not all created equal in the power inverter category. I want to, buyer beware. Not all power inverters are created equal. Carey took some time to explain the safety mechanisms that are in place, but also there's a strong warranty from Cobra that they support these products on. So I wanted you to speak a little bit to really explain that these are like over the top power inverters as far as power inverters go.
Well, for our users who have purchased our power inverters in the past, I mean, we're into our third or fourth generation of power inverters. We launched this lineup about 3 years ago. And what we really focused on is to improve the efficiency or the output of the inverter, when you plug in your devices so that they work, smoothly and effectively. But we also went in and did some upgrades, so that you could power your devices that operate under USB-C. We added an extra outlet, and we still maintain that rugged Cobra look that everybody knows and loves.
It means business. That
does
definitely
mean
means
business.
Yeah. I know personally some dealers that install these into when they're doing RVs. RVs is a very popular application for this, or heavy duty trucks or fleet vehicles, so they can use their laptops or whatnot, or other power tools for that matter.
Yeah.
But very, very, very cool. Anything you want to touch on there, Michael, since you have it in hand and we don't?
I'm just telling you, it's built like a tank. The fit and finish on it is incredible, and it just looks like a high quality product that you would expect from the Cobra brand, and it's a must have.
Means business.
Yeah. And so, Ben, if you don't mind,
go
sorry,
ahead.
Michael.
Go ahead, Carey.
Yeah, hey, one more thing I'd like to plug is that because these inverters are larger and they're used in larger vehicle applications, they're typically installed on the floor of the vehicle or sometimes underneath like a bench, or in the case of a professional trucker, like their bed in the back of the cab. And so sometimes it can be hard to reach. So when these customers plug into devices, they kind of leave them plugged in and they have to reach down and find the on-off button underneath the bench. So what we do offer in this portfolio of products is a remote on-off controller, where in the past, we only offered it in our large inverter program, but we've added, a feature so that all of our power inverters can benefit from this remote on-off controller, so that when you have your inverter in a hard-to-reach place, our remote on-off controller, you can stick it in a cup holder and just turn the whole thing on and turn the whole thing off.
Like a little master switch for your power source.
Yes. And so all of this is newer technology and is available through your 12-volt channel dealer or on Cobra.com.
Awesome. Very cool upgrade.
I just want to go backwards for one sec, Ben, because we were talking about CB and we kind of overlooked to take a quick look at this 19 Mini.
Oh, you have one. I didn't even know you had one of those.
Right, this is their latest radar, CB rather. And just look at the size of this thing. I mean, it fits in the palm of your hand. This is a CB radio.
I mean, when you think of CDB radio, you're thinking about a shoebox size, box, 100 dials on it, and this big bracket to mount it ugly on the top of a dash. This can slide into so many places.
I mean, it's smaller than a radar detector.
It's
almost.
Well, it is. I mean, if I'm looking at the Max,
you're telling me this thing is just as powerful as what I'm thinking of those big box ones. I mean, I'm not losing range on that.
It is. It's, like I said before, this is an ultra compact CB radio. It fits in the palm of your hand, and it carries all the features that a larger CB has in general. Now, of course, you're not going to have SWR calibration and things like that, but this radio will provide you with great noise filtering that you'll want and use while on the road, and all of those controls and convenient feature sets that allow you to communicate conveniently and also hands-free.
So is everything included in the box there, Michael, that I would need to install that in my truck, let's say? What's in there? I'm going to take advantage of the fact that you have the box there and the camera facing on it. Who doesn't like an unboxing? We all love unboxings.
I didn't do a very good job. I tore the flap. Here we go.
All right. So I mean, everything's there.
Here's your mounting hardware.
Mounting
bracket.
Is there an antenna?
No, and Ben, I'm really glad that you said that, because in order to use a CB radio, whether it's handheld or fixed mount or installed, you do need a really good antenna system, because your CB radio will only work as good as the antenna system that you have to support it, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm really glad you brought that up, because there are a number of users who will go to a big box, buy a CB, and then return it because they think it's a plug and play type of product, right? And then even in the case of our portable HH50 CB, it comes with that rubber ducky antenna, and it works pretty good. And if you buy the version that includes the mag mount antenna that you can stick on top of your car, that improves the signal and the range to use your CB. Otherwise, you're just going to get a bunch of static. So do pay attention to the antenna systems and solutions and how it's mounted, and you will have a better radio or two-way communication experience.
All right. So if you're going to dealer and you're interested in carrying CB, make sure you have a couple different antenna options to offer as well.
Absolutely.
All right. Is there anything else you want to cover there, Michael, that's on the table?
Jump packs.
Oh, let's talk about the jump packs. Yes, I want to see how big those are in your
category.
hand. Well, I don't know. I think Carey covered a 10,000 and an 800, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
the 800 and the 1,000.
850. Okay.
And that's the 1,000 amp.
It's the 1,000.
Yep.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to ask you, Carey, there's been some, let's call them no-name brand jump packs available on the market on the cheap. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard horror stories of, you pull the thing out and when you need it, because you haven't touched it in 16 months, you blow the dust off the pack, you plug her in when you need it, and guess what? Not enough juice. So is this susceptible to that same scenario? Like how that is, I guess, a con when it comes to these type of systems, is it not?
Well, there's two pieces to these products. One is safety, right? And so you want to make sure you're choosing a product that's UL rated. Mm-hmm. So many products online, especially private label brands that are not UL rated, they haven't been tested. So I would avoid purchasing those products altogether. In terms of, I'm sorry, what was the second part of your question?
It's just retention of charge, I think, is the number one concern.
Yeah. So our jump starters, if you fully charge them and stick them in your vehicle, they will last over a year before you need to charge them again with no use. Over a year. And you've heard stories about that in the marketplace too. You go to buy,
I've
jump
heard 3
starter,
months.
you get it home.
3 months and there's nothing left on it.
No, not the Cobra jump starter.
Beautiful.
Both the 800 amp and 1000 have over a year battery life. Mm-hmm. And then what Michael is showcasing as well, which I didn't touch and I apologize, is that the 1000 amp does have an LED display. So it will supply your battery life.
And I see the heavy duty clamps that come with that. If you can, let's go full screen on this. Take a better look at that there. So go ahead, talk through what you're holding there, Michael.
So these are your jumper clamps, and they're really, really high density, thick gauge wires. Mm-hmm. There's also a built-in protection system. So you could actually touch the clamps together and you're not going to short out the battery. It's got a self-protection that it will just prevent it from doing anything.
I'm happy you mentioned that because I'm sorry I'm bringing my wife up again. She is scared to death to touch anything that has to do with the battery. The moment she sees a spark, she'll screech. But if that is a great feature. I think many consumers
built-in
are also
safety.
Concerned about that. They don't know.
Yeah, our jump starters have built-in safety both on the product end and on your car battery.
Nice. So you're not going to burn your battery either. And that's a nice little pouch that it comes in, so that'll keep it safe. And did you say there's also USB ports on that as well?
Yes, there's 2 USB-A and a USB-C port on this one.
Nice. Mm-hmm. You guys just load up everything you can on these devices, don't you?
Yeah.
And
they've
the
learned
light
over the years what people want, and they've come through and they've delivered with great products.
Is there a light on that as well?
Yes, there is.
Oh my goodness, it's loaded.
Yeah.
It's got everything.
Ben, this is the jump starter that also has the in-car jump starting as well.
Oh, right. I had a question about that. Thank you for bringing that up. So I was like, wait, what did she just say? So let's back up a little bit. I have this inside the vehicle. When I need a charge, I plug it through the lighter plug.
Yeah.
And you did say it takes a little bit longer than going directly under the hood to do it. But I don't need to. How do I know when it's ready?
There's an indicator on the LED screen.
I see. What about and the 850 doesn't have it, so therefore it doesn't have an LED screen. Got it. Okay.
No. That's right.
Okay. So it'll tell me, I plug it in, it'll tell me when it's ready to go, and then I turn the key. I never even got out of the car.
That's it.
Wow.
And this is great.
It's not your instantaneous jump. It's
not
your instantaneous jump start, but you have the convenience of sitting in your car.
How would you be able to give me an estimated time of wait? on how long it would take before it would be ready to start? Are we talking 2 minutes or are we talking 20 minutes?
No, it does take some time. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, so it is about 20 minutes.
But when you're in those life situations and you're in a bind, like I use weather
What
as
if you're
one
just
example,
in a creepy neighborhood and you just don't want to get out of the car?
Exactly. And whenever
I get
you
it.
don't feel safe and you want to stay inside your vehicle and you don't have, in another case, if you can plug it in, lock your car, and go, to an area of safety, so you don't have to sit in the car while it's charging.
Right.
So there's a huge advantage to having that feature, and I don't think we market it enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Again, 12-volt specialists out there, if you know this stuff and you tell the customer that, and that little price delta between the 850 and 1,000, that could be the feature that says, never mind, I want this one. That's how it is. They don't know. You got to tell them. All right. Mike. Yep. Sorry. Go ahead, Carey.
And what's even cooler, the portable power station, you can charge all of these products through this product.
Through the power station.
You can use your HH50. I've hooked up my CVs.
Interesting.
And you can charge your jump starters through it.
This turns into your life central hub.
Right.
Everything revolves around this. As long as you have this, everything else around you will function.
You have power.
Makes sense. Power. So important.
And let me tell you, Ben, I've charged my phones and used my computer on the power station for a couple days.
Right? That's
it
what I was
lasts
thinking.
a long time.
Like,
yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm using it
hours.
around the clock, but it's there. I mean, I don't have to charge it that often. So
I bet you plug a phone in and charge it, and you run your laptop for a couple hours, it won't even notice it. It won't even do it like a bar down on the meter. You know what I mean? So, okay, real quick, that new Max. So I need to understand something, Michael. On the new Escort model, we're just going to shift to that final product you just talked about. Is that a replacement for the current model, or is this a new model being introduced to the line?
They're going to phase out the Max 360C. It's a little bit more expensive. It's coming at approximately $100 more in terms of price point. Mm-hmm. So they will phase out the Max 360C, but I mean, at that price, for now, both are staying in the lineup.
Right, fair enough. So the dealers will have
definitely, for the little bit of a premium price, whether it's $100 or $150 more, you're getting a substantially better.
Yes, this doesn't feel like another iPhone upgrade.
No, I mean, you're getting from the outside, you're not going to see any difference. It's the same housing, the same display, everything's the same. All the upgrades are under the hood, and they're major upgrades.
All right. Pretty exciting stuff. Carey, I'm going to leave you a last opportunity. Any final message you have for our audience today?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show today. Please work with Michael. We supply a lot of great products, and keep in mind that while we only showcase power and communications today, Cobra.com offers a whole plethora of Cobra radar, dash, power, and communication. And one thing we didn't touch on is we also have two-way radios, so walkie-talkies. So anything you need, we have it to service your customer both inside and outside the vehicle.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming in, Carey. Well said.
Thank you so much.
And we'll look forward to having you on a future episode to update us on what's going on at Cobra.
Thank you.
Take care. So there you have it, Michael. We've kind of covered it all. Well, okay, so I'm going to put you on the gun here. Of all the toys that you have on the table there, which one is like the one that you want to take home right now?
Well, obviously.
I was just going to say, if you're not going to take a power station.
This is coming at my house and putting my name on it. And it's just a fantastic product. And like Carey said, it feels amazing in the hand. The handle is just very, very satisfying to hold.
Amazing.
It's like a heavy-duty lunchbox. So, I mean, this would be my number one go-to. And then the other product, of course, which I don't have here with me on the table, is that new Max 360C Mark II. That for sure is the next evolution in that whole Max lineup.
Awesome. All right, well, let's give the people the information that they need to know. For more information, Carey mentioned it. We're going to give it to you here. If you want to find out more about Cobra products, check out their website, Cobra.com. Many different categories and segments that they play in. And you can find it all there on Cobra.com. And if you happen to be in Canada and you're a dealer, you're like, give me some of that Cobra goodness, or maybe that Escort goodness, give the guys and the girls at Automobility a call, automob.ca. Literally, Michael is standing by to take your call. Literally, right now.
Absolutely. Give us a ring.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Covered.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much, Ben. Have a great day.
That was Michael Rosenberg from Automobility, as well as Carey Romano from Cedar Electronics and for Cobra today. I want to thank them for coming in and sharing with us some new product information. All right, starting October 17th, we're heading into a brand new thing. It's going to be audio files, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But more importantly, what I want you to check out is our contest. We're talking about every day. We still have some time, but I want to remind you, get your installers, your technicians, your salespeople to sign up for a free contest to win a trip to Master Tech Expo. It's the ultimate fab experience giveaway. We've teamed up with 5-Axis Innovations and SiriusXM. 2 lucky winners are going to Master Tech. All you got to do, go to cmanetworks.com/giveaway to sign up. Don't wait too long. While you're on our website and you want to find out more about automobility and the great products that they offer, check out cmanetworks.com. Go to the playlist and click on automobility. cmanetworks.com. It's where the 12-volt industry connects. That's it for this CMA Showcase presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
Stop it. Yo, roll it down. I am.
You don't need a car to listen to SiriusXM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on SiriusXM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?